the first time I asked her,
Can you tell me about how you start your day?
I try to start my day the same way, just so I get continuity and I get that routine down. So, wake up in the morning, drinking a glass of water, trying to get a little bit of breakfast in, getting ready for my work day, and then just getting my mind right for, whatever I got to do throughout the day. That's pretty much been the consistent type of routine that I've had for the last, 10 years, going back to being an upperclassman in high school and all throughout college and now into my professional life.
Do you think it's important to lead by example?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think there's a lot of people in our area specifically that has the ability and that can do that, and I think we just got to become more aware of who those people are and just kind of get behind them and just follow their lead and continue to do that, because there's a lot of people that are good examples around here.
How long have you been living on the reservation for?
I've been living up here since I was 5 or 6, so that's been a little over 20 years, 22 years.
What are some of the positives that you like about the community and the reservation up here?
Some positives, we're a close-knit community. A lot of people know a lot of people, and I think we're a community of pride. We have a lot of pride. We're close. We love our families. We love everything that we have, and that goes to, as deep as us just loving the woods and loving the opportunity that we have to go out and hunt and fish and have all this opportunity that we've always had as people. So those are definitely some positives that we have that other people in the world don't.
What are some things that you would like to see improve about the community, or do you even feel like there needs to be improvements at all?
I think we can always improve. I think for us to improve, I think we have to admit that there needs to be room for improvement, and that's at a community level, an individual level, organizational structure level. We have to be able to look ourselves in the mirror and admit that there's got to be change, that there's got to be things that we have to do different, and that's the only way that we can improve as a people, as a nation, as individuals, as a community. We have to be able to just say we gotta improve in this, because this is not what we've been most efficient at.
Are there anything specific that concerns you at all?
Probably our youth. I've been involved with our youth since I've started working up here professionally, and I've gone to grow on these kids, and they've grown on me. So I've become really really attached to them. And I'm starting to see some of those kids, when I first started working up here, kind of going down roads where, you know, it doesn't always lead to a good life, even a happy life. So that's really, really tough for me to see as I continue to work up here and be involved with the kids. So I mean, the kids are always going to be a concern of mine because, you know, I love every single kid up here. They mean so much, and I just want them to be as successful as possible. And that's where we go back to the leading by example. We need to become more aware of who those people are, so we can tell these youth, you know, that's somebody to look at, or this is somebody to look at for this specific reason, you know. So definitely the youth, those guys are always on my mind, and we always try to figure out ways to be an influence and be a positive influence on all of them.
What does it mean to you, the words young leader?
Young leader, it's important, it's crucial. You know, the leaders we have today, the leaders we have tomorrow or next year, they're not gonna be here forever, you know. Some young leaders are gonna have to step up, and they're gonna have to fill those shoes, and they're gonna have to take us to places, and you know what I mean. They're gonna have to take us to places that we've never been if we want to continue to grow as a nation. So it's good to see some of the opportunities that are given to some of our youth, you know, by, you know, the college or by the school district, to help some of these young leaders grow as individuals. It means everything to have our young leaders and to help them understand that, you know, you guys have a big role, and you guys can make a change, and you can make a difference, not just for yourself, but, you know, for your classmates, everybody you see in class, and everybody beyond that, as a community.
Tell me about the some of the things that you're doing with the community and stuff right now.
So I'm in my 5th year of coaching at the high school, and you know, some of the things we do is, yeah, we try to win games, all of that stuff, but we also try to build character and try to build those young leaders that you've mentioned. A lot of these boys have the ability to you know, become that young leader, and I feel I have a very important role into helping these young men how to become better people, and how to help them become better young Menominee men, so that in the future, you know, we're always trying to get to a better place. And I think this is just one of those strategies among many, not just with myself, that I can help get our people to a better place, is to making an impact and influencing young Menominee men to lead by example and to be good leaders.
What do you think about the climate of our country and such? Do you think about stuff like that?
Like climate.
Like what's happening with the influx now, corporate interests trying to really tap down and double down and triple down on, you know, the current regime that's in power right now in the United States. And
yeah, I think a lot of things are going to have to change. You know, not just you know, federal government or state government. You know, we all have to change. I think going back to mindfulness, we have to be mindful of how this is going to impact, us 5-10 years down the road. And we're not mindful of what's going to benefit us. A lot of decision making, and a lot of people's opinions are being made on selfishness, personal gain, or greed, whatever it might be. So I don't know if this is going to happen soon, but if we have leaders on a bigger stage, state, federal, whatever it is, that change that mindset and think about us and think about everybody, I think that's when things are going to start turning and start heading to a different direction, a better direction.
You're seeing more people from the Indigenous community and Native backgrounds and such getting involved in politics and whatnot. Have you ever thought about something like that?
Personally, no, I haven't. For me, just a lifelong goal is just to be on the ground level, getting involved, just making an impact on just daily lives. I was never on a much grander scale.
Pretty humble dude there, man. That's cool. Yeah. So what are some goals in the next few months and in the next few years that you have for yourself?
Short-term goals. One of my short-term goals will never change. And that's just continue making physical fitness goals, I guess you would call it. Just those type of little healthy goals to make me just feel better and feel healthier. There has been thoughts, I'm already getting the itch. I just graduated. Just this past spring, I'm already getting an itch to go back to school. I'm not sure what it might be or if that's going to be my decision, but there's always an itch for me just to continue to grow, either educationally or mentally. I'm not sure what that itch is trying to tell me to do, but there's always going to be something there. And I think having that itch for me is really important, because I feel like I'm always going to continue to have drive to have personal growth for myself and personal satisfaction once I reach whatever goals I have.
Do you have a family?
Mm-hmm.
Kids and stuff like that?
Yes. My daughter Kaylee, she is 5. She's going to be 6. My son James Jr., he just turned 2, and I have a 7-month-old daughter Maya, who's just the happiest little girl that I've ever seen. My workout in early. Because, as I mentioned before, that I go and work with the kids. So I'm over at KPS doing some type of physical activity out at recess with the kids. Nothing too intense, just getting the kids moving. So that takes away from my lunch hour fitness schedule, I guess you would say. So that's why I gotta go in the morning.
What age are those kids that you work out with at?
Their recess period is 15 minutes, so there's a 15-minute rotation. So that's all the way from first grade all the way through 5th.
How are the kids doing over there? How are they responding to you being over there and your presence and stuff?
They love it, man. There's a group of us. I also work with youth services department. There's a group of us that go over there, and if there's ever a time where we're not there, they always question us, like, why weren't you guys there? So we know that they care, and we know that they enjoy us being there and having fun with them, and that's probably the biggest thing for me is just to continue to go over there, because I know that they enjoy it, and they love every bit of us. Just having fun with them, just playing games, and just making small little impacts for them.
What kind of workout do you do with them?
At that age level, we just try to make sure that they're having fun, and that they're capable of playing whatever game we do. So a popular one for them is that old school game Foursquare. So that goes all the way from 5th grade all the way down to 2nd grade. First graders are kind of just trying to do their own thing. But that's a universal game that all grade levels have been kind of attaching to.
What are some things that you want to impart into them as they grow and move on and learn things about the world and around them and such?
Going back to the whole basketball and young Menominee people, just try to help them be more mindful and aware of not only themselves, but how the world around them is structured and how that can impact them as they continue to live their own life. Also, living by, my personal virtues that's been instilled in me by my family and other Menominee elders throughout the community. And that process has already started to begin for my kids, teaching them those values and teaching them how to be honest and how to be respectful and how to be generous. Those simple things, can really go a long way. And as long as those values are instilled in them, I feel very comfortable that they're going to live a really happy life. I'm not worried about them being successful. Obviously, I want them to be successful, but more importantly, I want them to be happy. And, whatever decision that they make in life, I always remind them that it's got to be for yourself first, to make sure that you're happy. And if you're happy, then, I'm all on board, and I'm going to back you 100% if you're happy. That's going to make me happy as a father.
So what keeps you inspired every day to keep doing this?
Just knowing that, just continue to do what I love doing. And what I love doing makes me happy, and it makes me feel good. So that's like the immediate type of results that I've always been getting from sticking to this type of lifestyle. Just feeling good and feeling good about myself. And then there's goals and aspirations that you see out in the world, like you see all the top fitness celebrities and all whatever it may be. I'm trying to be inspired and have success like those guys had. Maybe not on that level, but similar type of attitude and similar type of mindset.
You want to explain what you're gonna do next?
In the workout?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna head over to the rec center. This is a session and a part of my day that's really important to me. It helps me start my day off right. It's also a time for me just to have about an hour, 45 minutes of just time for myself. So it helps me get my mind right. You know, I got to get my mind right every single day, and this is part of that process. So we're gonna head over to Rec Center and gonna get it in.
Yeah, you shout about who you are, and you brag about what you got. But have you looked in the mirror, along with your doubts and fears? Yeah, you shout about who you are, and you brag about what you got. But have you looked in the mirror, along with your doubts and fears?
I want them to be as successful as possible, and that's where we go back to the leading by example. We need to become more aware of who those people are, so we can tell these youth, you know, that's somebody to look at, or this is somebody to look at for this specific reason. You know, some young leaders are going to have to step up, and they're going to have to fill those shoes. You're going to have to take us to places that we've never been.